It's really at this time when I'm packing that it all becomes real, that I'm gonna be away from this room, away from this house, away from my little zone for a while. You know, oftentimes we leave for months, and I get this actually really uncomfortable feeling because, you know, it just takes a few days to really adjust to a new environment. But knowing that I'm not gonna be here, I get this kind of empty feeling, honestly. And then once I exit the door, I start to get in that tour mode, and then it all just becomes so exciting, and I'm just like so happy to be on the road. The first few years of touring was actually really hard for me. I'm definitely more of a homebody. You know, like I was saying, like I really don't like being the center of attention. I don't like a ton of eyes on me, and I had to get used to that. So it took a while. I think we all kind of fear change, and, you know, just know that, like, in time, things get better, things heal, right? I mean, yeah, like I was saying earlier, like, even with grieving, you know, like, in time, you know, time is the master. That's actually a Don Carlos song, Don Carlos album, and he's so right, time is the master, like, just, time can heal, you know what I mean? At the time, things might seem really drastic, and just know that in time, things will be okay. It's so true, you know? Once you have time to really process things, certainly whenever I get on the road, just a little bit of time, good to go. When we first started out, we didn't really know what we were doing. I mean, we were just a cover band, and we're just having fun playing music that we love to do. I think we learned to be better musicians, better performers, better entertainers over time. And we did it together, you know? Like, we were all on that same journey. We didn't, you know, regardless of our musical ability, we kind of learned to just put on a show.
Nobody does it like you do, and I would only tell the truth. You know I'm honest, you look beautiful in blue, but all the colors bring the beauty out in you. And when you're running, well, come run my way. I'll meet you halfway and love you always. Hey baby, I'll meet you there, 'cause nothing compares to you.
I think going on this acoustic tour, to be honest, I wouldn't be able to feel as comfortable doing it without that teamwork that I had for, you know, 14 years. I can't imagine just jumping into a solo acoustic tour without going through what I already went through with Rebelution. And a lot of the guys in the band have really helped me find that confidence and find that courage to just get up in front of thousands of people and perform. And the greatest part is the band is very supportive. They really see, you know, my desire to play acoustic. And so I think they you know, when I told them about this tour, they were like, oh yeah, we totally expected you to do that. And that's badass.
I don't wanna lose control, but I know I won't be long. Life is good, remember that, even long after I'm gone.
One main reason why I decided to do this is because of an album that I bought when I was 17. It was a Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds acoustic album live at Luther College, and that album really changed my life. I was into Dave Matthews in high school, and once I purchased that album, I just fell in love with the whole acoustic concept, and that's what he did. It was him and another guitar player, and it was amazing. And I basically learned every song on that album. You know, I just sounded it out or looked up tablatures, and so I'd be lying if I said that this wasn't modeled after that album particularly. The other cool thing with working with Kyle is that there's this room for improv. And same with Rebelution, we improv, but you know, in an acoustic environment, nothing is really to like a strict tempo. You know, we're not playing to a grid, we're not locked in. You know, I could take it wherever I want to. And that's something that, you know, done a little bit with Rebelution, but this is the perfect atmosphere for that, so I'm really excited.
I really enjoy doing this because it takes me out of my element. Usually I'm with a full band, and I love playing acoustic, but more importantly, I never wanted to be a singer. I always just wanted to be a guitar player. But the reason why I love singing is because of being so anxious and because of getting nervous when I hit the stage. But when I do get here, it's such a rush of energy, you know? It's like, it's a way to challenge myself. So the one thing I would encourage everybody here is challenge yourself constantly. And coming on stage and singing in front of you guys is a challenge for me, but something that I love to do and something that I'm proud of myself of afterwards.
I really like to challenge myself. That's something I've really been thinking about a lot on this tour. This is a huge challenge for me, getting on stage, performing in front of, you know, hundreds of people. Playing acoustic, it's different, you know. I had my eyes closed the other night just getting into it, and then I opened one eye and everybody was looking at me, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, you know. You know, when I'm on stage with a full band, there's lights, you know, it's kind of hard to like see everybody and things are loud, so it's a totally different environment. But you know, just getting through it, like challenging myself, getting through that challenge, it's a pretty good feeling. Playing acoustic is way more intimate, obviously. I mean, that's kind of what we were going for, what I wanted out of this tour. I mean, and it's a trip, but it is challenging, and that's what I love to do. I love to challenge myself. I want to be able to get through things that make me feel uncomfortable, you know? Like, if you're not challenging yourself, I don't really know what you're doing, you know? Like, that's something that you really have to push yourself to do. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations and get through them, and then you're proud of yourself, and you become more knowledgeable, more experienced, and then you have a story to tell. Ready? Okay. Here we go. No pressure, Eric. No pressure. No pressure, Kyle.
There's only 500 people buying the store.
Oh my gosh.
I can use for good for you. All right.
All right, here we go. What makes me feel at home is performing. Like if I was just traveling and not exerting, you know, that creativity, that energy that you get when you perform, I don't know if I could do it, but I don't know what I would do if I didn't do music. So it's my only real means of giving back. And I think what I've learned in the last, you know, few years of my life is that if you really want to give back, if you really want to see some change happen, just go out and do it yourself, you know? And that's kind of what this tour is all about. It's about just hitting the road myself and raising as much money as I possibly can, and just trying to give back to a few organizations that have, you know, hit me in one way or another. And it feels good. It just feels good to give back, you know?
Each one of you paying a ticket means that somebody gets helped out. There's 8 charities we're donating to from proceeds from this entire tour. So, you know, in the spirit of giving and we're in the holiday season, we're all here to give to others. So I love that. I love this concept, and I'm really proud to be here.
I'm just so grateful to be able to share the music that I wrote in my house, in my room, on the road, in a bus, on an airplane, in the bathroom. You know, I'm excited to share that with these people. It never gets old. Anytime I hear them sing back with me, it's such a good feeling. It helps me continue to do what I do. It helps me be less anxious. It helps me be less nervous. Once I get on stage and I just hear them sing back to me, it's like, it's all the motivation that I need to just keep on doing it.
Right, sits right in. Sugar Rosin. Full Rosin. See how that look? Hell yeah.